Beautiful. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Celebrate Confidence and Creativity Through Fashion, a masterclass with Grace Lam, ex-Vogue China editor. I'm so happy to have you here, Grace. Over to you.
Thank you, Faith. Thank you for inviting me for a start, and lovely to see everyone online. And it's an honor to have this, my first ever inaugural online styling workshop. Been quite nerve-wracking trying to do a deck so that it's very informative, but yet also practical. I think often when people realize that I was working for Vogue China for over a decade, they get a bit nervous thinking, oh, she only wear designer clothes. She doesn't know high street. She doesn't know all these more practical tips, but not true. So without further ado, let's start this workshop. So I'm Grace. I am 51. I thought I was turning 52 when my birthday came up in March, and I kept telling everyone I'm 52. And my husband was like, I think you're 51. I'm like, oh, okay. So math wasn't my strongest point. So I have been doing fashion styling for over 27 years. I'm originally from Hong Kong, but I lived most of my life in London, hence the accent. I call both places my home, but now I relocated to Perth, Western Australia a few years ago because my husband's from Perth. And we have a little boy who's not little anymore. He is 10 years old and he helps me out with my technical stuff, which I'm not very good at. So today, if I have any technical issues, please bear with me. I have quite a few screens on my computer, so I'll be maneuvering a few moves around. So bear with me if I'm a little bit slow. So I started going through perimenopause about 17 months ago, and that's when everything changed. And I realized that it's not an easy phase to go through as a midlife woman. And I started looking at fashion quite differently because I actually gained a lot of weight for my own standard. Even though I'm a slim built person, I realized that around my middle section area, suddenly I have a few more Michelin tires, which I have no problem with, but it's just finding the right type of clothing that might enhance my best asset. I don't like to use the word hide because I don't think we should body shame anybody. Everyone is different. And if we're born with good assets, great. Some of us don't. Some of us are not tall, slim. So we need to accept our body in order to move on, especially this phase of life. So, and that's when I started looking at fashion differently. And I started saying to myself, it is my mission to help middle-aged women like myself to go past this phase of life so that we can build our confidence again and have a new chapter rather than thinking and also to change the reputation of midlife women. And that's my mission. So how I got into fashion is quite interesting because I am the youngest of 4 girls. I'm a twin, as you can see. Me and my twin sister there. This is my mom. My mom is colorblind, so she can't see certain colors, but that hasn't stopped her from looking fabulous. She has always worn colorful outfits. She loves colors, even though she's colorblind. So she can't see certain colors like red or gray or green. But she somehow managed to pass that hurdle, and her closet is way more colorful than mine. So she has been embedded in all of us that wearing the right outfit, being playful, having fun with fashion is important since we were young. So I used to wear, when she goes out with my dad, I would take all her high heels and start, wearing it, until I break it, and then she gets really annoyed. And my mother is a huge example of what to do when it comes to fashion. So she has influenced me so much. And I grew up in my younger self, around primary school time, I was still living in Hong Kong. So all my idols were from Japan. It was the Japanese pop culture was huge at that point. So I have a lot of influence from the Japanese side of pop culture until I went to UK boarding school for high school. Then everything changed. My taste became a lot more British. So I have the best of the Asians and also the Western. And because I lived in Notting Hill most of my life, West London, I used to go to Portobello a lot. So that's when I start buying vintage clothes, pre-loved clothes. That's when I was living in London, half of my wardrobe were pre-loved clothes because I love just finding bargains and also setting myself a style challenge every time I go to any shop. It doesn't matter whether they're designers or pre-loved or vintage, or I can always find something very cool from every single shop because I have an eye. I kind of train my own eyes to pick up things that other people might not even look at. So then I went to Central St. Martin, which is an art college in London. I did graphic design. I didn't do fashion. So a lot of people think that my mom still think I'm a fashion designer. I'm like, Ma, I don't know how to draw. I'm not a fashion designer. She goes, oh my God, didn't I've been telling all my friends you're a fashion designer. I'm like, I'm a stylist. That's different. She can't even notice the difference anyway. So she still thinks I'm a fashion designer, but I didn't do fashion design. I did graphic design, which, I think you can probably kind of gauge that my presentation here is very graphic. It's not the conventional way how I would, design a presentation. So I have worked and lived in many cities in my life. And I've always managed to get the best elements from each city. Whether it's London, Paris, or New York, there's always pros and cons about everything, everywhere we live. And how I got into fashion is after St. Martin's, I did an internship in ID magazine, which is like a very hip, trendy street style magazine. And then from there, I met my mentor, Edward Anningful, he was the British Vogue editor-in-chief, and he just left a few months ago. So he has been the anchor of my career, guiding me to Vogue China, and then always proposing me for like jobs, Vogue Hong Kong, and then for, recently, and then he got me in touch with Anna Wintour, who's, like the highest ranking of like fashion queen, who's the boss of like fashion. So she got in touch with me when I moved to Perth to see if there was a possibility that I could move back to China to head Vogue China as an editor-in-chief. But it was during COVID, so I actually turned the opportunity down because it didn't fit. So I'm glad I'm able to be older and wiser to make the right decisions for me and my family. So now, why is fashion important, especially during menopause? As a menopausal woman, at the beginning stage when I was going through this, it's definitely the confidence side. I'm a very confident person in general, but because my body started changing to the way I wasn't happy, I kind of started losing my confidence. And that's when I thought, I need to do something about this. And why is fashion important? Because it lifts your mood. It helps you to express yourself. And also I realized that the more social media we look at every day, it actually gives a very unrealistic image of women. Like the younger, if you're younger is better, if you're skinnier, the better, which I don't agree, because every woman is different and we go through different stages of our lives in our own way. And we all know that when we look good, we feel good. And how we dress every day can change the dynamic of the conversation that we could have with a stranger. If you wear something fun or something that they're not, brave enough to try, you can strike up a conversation with people. And clothes also reflect your personality as well. So it allows people to communicate better through the unique style and identity. So dressing can also enhance self-esteem, which can empower an individual to face our daily life challenges. And looking good has a huge impact on our mental health as well. So today we're going to talk about a few topics. So my presentation is for women about 50. And to understand, firstly, our own body shape is very important, because if we don't understand what fits us, what suits us, our body shape, it's very difficult to dress every day to make ourselves feel better. So in this workshop, we will talk about what kind of item will suit us, what colors to wear. If you're not a color person, how do you break that cycle and try colors? What kind of wardrobe essential items we should have in our closet, and how do we set ourselves some styling challenge. And also, I will love every woman to age gracefully. So these are the few icons that I look up to. Michelle Yeoh, who's an award-winning, Oscar-winning Best Actress, Sex and the City, Kim Cattrall, and Oprah, obviously, and then a Bollywood actress, Ashua. So all these women have set a precedent and set a good example of how to age gracefully for me. So every day when I dress, so when I used to work at Vogue China, my president was a British guy. And obviously he comes from a business side. So he wasn't like a fashion person, but he enjoys, watching all the fashion editors going around the office looking fabulous. So he would ask me, oh, aren't you tired of like dressing up every day? Like, don't you, is it a chore to dress up every day to come to work? I'm like, no, because it comes very naturally for me. And I actually find it quite fun to go through my wardrobe to see what I can express myself, what kind of storytelling that I can do that day. So when you can express yourself freely, it boosts confidence. You can enhance, set yourself apart from other people. You can promote self-discovery, help you understand your preference, what kind of things you like or dislike, and also encourage you to trust your own choices. And midlife women, we have seen a lot, we've experienced a lot in life. So we kind of, see through all the bullshit. So we know how to say no easier, and we don't need to please other anymore versus, if we were younger. So it's a great stage of life to explore even more, and be authentic about who we are. So I will start off by talking about 4 body shapes, which is quite general. I understand that this might be a very old-fashioned way of talk about, styling or body shape, but it's through an online workshop is probably the easiest way to communicate. And I don't agree with body shaming, not under my watch, because I feel that every woman is different and we all have our own story to tell. And there are a lot more than these 4 body shapes, but since today we have very limited time, so we're just going to concentrate on these 4: apple, pear, rectangle, and hourglass. So for rectangle, which is me, I have everything seems quite rectangle for my body shape. And, everything is very balanced for this type of body shape. And some would say this body shape is the easiest way to dress well, because if you look at all the supermodels or models, I mean, they're rare creatures, they're one type of creatures. Anything they put on always look good because they're tall, they're thin, they're like slim, so everything is like a hanger on them, right? So they look very good in mostly everything. But for those of us who are a little bit shorter, I'm like 5'5", even though my body shape seems quite balanced. My torso is actually very short. So you can see like my torso here, I have a very short torso, like a very short waist, versus seems I have longer legs, but I'm only 5'5". So what I normally do is I like to accentuate my waistline by, choosing something which is a bit narrower in the waist, or putting a belt. I'm a huge fan of using belts. So this is the outfit I wore to the Silver Siren talk a few months ago. And even though this coat is actually very long for me, if I don't wear heels, it's actually, like very long on the floor. So I wore a pair of high heels, but I put the belt around my waist to give me a little bit more like silhouette. And because I have a shorter torso, I tend to wear longer pants with heels, just to make sure I enhance my best asset, which are my legs. So I think no matter what body shape you are, it's important to create a balanced silhouette. And also online, there are hundreds and thousands of guidelines. So you can delve into, you know, after this workshop and see what kind of body shape best describe you. And there's loads of like research out there these days, so which can help you to enhance your look. Slimmer built women choose to enhance, some slimmer built women choose to enhance their rectangular shape by wearing very tight outfit, while others may prefer to layer it just to avoid looking too thin visually. It's very individual choice, but I think in some ways, if you have a thinner body shape, you can almost afford to layer things so you feel like you have a little bit more dynamic with your body. And if you choose to wear something that is a bit longer on the body shape, on the top half of your body, you can also try something a bit slimmer so that your silhouette is a bit more balanced. Please feel free to write something on the group chat now if you are a rectangle shape lady. Or if you have any questions, you can type in the meeting chat box, and then I will try to answer you. So any question? If not, we're going to move next page. Oops. Okay, so now we have the apple shape. So with women that got the apple shape, which I love this shape, I think all women should flaunt everything they have, and don't be shy. When you flaunt it, you own it. That's my theory. So this shape is very feminine and also sexy. The key is balance, balance, balance. So keep your silhouette fitted under the bust and around your midsection, because the midsection here is not as defined. So you want to concentrate a little bit more on the waist, so it shows that you have a really lovely silhouette. So perhaps with this body shape, it's good to show off the shoulders and show a little bit more skin on the top, so it draws away the attention of a slightly heavier bottom. So the neckline could be V-neck, wider, you know, off the shoulders, one shoulders, more floaty kind of feel when it comes to tops, and tastefully accentuate top half of your body. For example, you can also try a peplum, which is a top that you can cinch in the waist and then goes out a little bit. And also belt, belt, belt. Invest in belt, which is one of the most important accessories with any kind of body shape, because that will enhance the look to a different level. For this shape, I would suggest maybe less complicated design. Open jacket will work very well here, like Drew Barrymore here. It will help to slim down the silhouette a little bit, make the body a less wide on the eye. Wider or straight leg pants will work really well to elongate the overall body shape. I don't want to say no to tighter pants, because some women like to wear tighter pants. I don't think nowadays there's a right or wrong when it comes to dressing, as long as you feel comfortable, even though other people might not agree with what you're wearing is nice. As long as you feel good and you own it and you go out with confidence, I think it's a great way to style yourself. So if you're gonna wear like tight pants, maybe you can wear something, perhaps a jacket over, a cardigan that is a little bit more flowy. You know, just the hemline is very important with this shape. So you don't want to be too long, so it kind of overdrown your outfit. So maybe something mid-length, something just a little bit lower than the bum, you know, just to cover the bum a little bit. That works very well. For pants, I think high rise works better to give a lightly slender silhouette. Wrap dress will work very well as well. I think for this lady, I would have liked her dress to be a little bit shorter so that she looks a bit more elongated. So I think length of pants is very important. Length of bottom is very important. I love what this lady is doing. I mean, look at her color blocking, you know, and then she cinched her waist with like a pleated skirt and with a bright color top and a bright handbag, and it just works very well. So wrap dress looks good on an apple-shaped body, or open shoulder, empire neckline, which is like open wide, because you want to elongate your body. So anybody here with an apple-shaped body, feel free to ask me any questions, or if you've got any style challenge at home that you might think, oh, I don't know how to wear this top, you know, you can go and grab it and show me, and then I'll try my best to help you.
Grace?
Yes.
I just put a message up, but maybe you're not seeing it. If you, with this body shape, the apple shape, if you've got a long body and short legs, can you just comment on balance with that, please?
If you've got a long body and short legs. So I think if you've got a long body and short legs, I think the bottom needs to be, so let's say for pants, I think you need to wear something, first of all, you need to wear something with a high waist pants so that your legs looks longer. So you give it, the eye level needs to be higher. And then maybe your pants need to be slightly above your ankle even, so that it doesn't make your legs even short. I mean, the problem with like me, you know, I'm 5'5", so it's not too short, it's not too tall either. So sometimes what I find is when I wear pants that are slightly shorter but high-waisted, it helps me a lot to make my legs look longer. So you can also wear something slightly more like a shorter top to elongate your legs. So if you wear something too long on the top, your focus is just so much on the top, it doesn't balance it out. So let's say if you wear some like a skirt or a pants, try and tuck it in your shirt so that you can see a bit of your waist. And if you need to throw in a jacket, try wearing jacket a little bit shorter or above or just below the waist, so it's a bit more balanced.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. And also, let's say if you want to wear, if it's a little, you know, because in Perth right now, you know, today's sunny, but it's been kind of like a bit rainy. So it's not warm anymore. So if you want to wear something like, I wouldn't say no to any long coats either, but maybe nothing on the floor level. So maybe you can, let's say, for example, a trench coat. You can get a trench coat just a little bit below your bum or even around your knees, but make sure you tie it in the middle to give yourself a little bit more silhouette. Or if you don't want to, if you want to make it more floaty, tie the belt at the back so that your silhouette is more slender in the middle.
Okay. And what about the wide legs for pants? What comments?
Wide legs, yeah. So wide legs, I mean, I think the key here is to get something a bit high-waisted so that you can elongate it. So when you think about it, you know, if you wear something like low-rise pants, even though it's wide leg, it automatically make your looks very short. But if you extend the top, which is around the waist, automatically you look taller or longer.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
So Grace, in a situation like that, then would a slimmer leg then be a better option if it's about elongating?
Yes or no? I mean, if you look at Amy here, she's a US comedian, right? So her legs are not slim, but I think what she's wearing here really suits her because it shows her the shape of her body, but also it's a straight leg, which means that, and because her top is shorter, what she's wearing, like the waistcoat is shorter, it's not long. So her legs automatically looks very long. But I mean, I know she's wearing high heels, but still. So I don't think slim pants naturally with any body shape will make you look thinner. But also straight legs, but can also work as well. So I think it definitely depends what you wear on top, which is the key. So with shorter torso, sometimes you need to wear shorter tops. I'm not saying like crop tops that you can show your belly. You can if you want to, but short top longer bottom, that would definitely enhance the silhouette longer. Yes. So shall we move on to the next? So the pear shape, also known as a triangle shape for some people, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous body shape for women, usually tend to highlight the top half of the body and draw less focus on the lower body. So for tops, I would suggest to focus more on the top half of the body. Anything like horizontal will broaden your shoulders. Rebalance the top with bottom of your body is the key here. Tucking in shirt will help you to show the waistline a bit more. Or skirt helps, tucking your shirt or tops into your pants or skirt helps to accentuate your curvy body shape. With this body shape, I would definitely try to avoid too boxy outfits, maybe too stiff of a material, too structure, so that will make it even more boxy. So I wouldn't suggest that. High-waisted will work here to accentuate the waistline, and A-line dresses will help you to look more slender. Ashley Graham here, you know, wearing the halter neck, very tight fitted dress, which I think it looks great on her. I think with pear shape, with some women are definitely trying to hide the bottom half, right? Some women love to own it. Some women love to, you know, wear like tight fitted dresses. It's all up to individual, but I think either way, I think it's a beautiful body shape. So I think you should definitely try and explore as many ways as possible and see what you feel comfortable. But for this body shape, it's important to draw more attention onto the top. I mean, look at Jennifer Lopez here, you know, she is more like a slender type of pear shape. She definitely has, you know, she has a great like bottom half of her body. But here she wears like a slightly baggier pair of pants. And she looks very casual, but very stylish as well. So with pear shape, you can also go very trendy. It's not like you have to have either way, like either very slim or very baggy. You know, I don't think there's too many rules when it comes to dressing, as long as you feel comfortable. And I love this color on her, what's her name? I'm sorry, I forgot now. So I'm sorry if I have a sudden like brain fog sometimes. So I think she's not a tall actress, but she in this outfit, she chooses to wear something which above her knees, and it's a slightly box. She hasn't got any belt in the middle, but somehow it really works on her. I think the key is sometimes the simplest outfit will also work rather than something too busy. And some women like to wear like figure hugging dress to accentuate their shape, which I'm totally for it. But then perhaps if you want to choose something a little bit more masculine, you can also do that as well. And I think pear shape is, some people would say, is a very difficult shape to dress. But I also think that if you want to make your bottom a bit more loose by wearing like wider pants, more floaty pants, then your top needs to definitely show your waistline so that you can see the definition of your different parts of your body. So anyone here has a pear-shaped body? Or any questions? Or if you have any friends or relatives or that has this body shape? Or any questions? If not, then we'll go to the next one, which is hourglass. So hourglass woman, my mom is this hourglass. I mean, when you look at me, I'm completely flat-chested. I'm opposite from my mom's body shape. In Hong Kong, we call my kind of body shape rectangle, you know, very slender, very flat. They call, you know, woman shape like the runway because everything is flat. It's so mean. But so my mom is very voluptuous, and she has very like, you know, larger breasts. She's like a double D, which is quite rare for a Chinese. So all her sisters are the same as well. So I think it skipped a generation. We're more like my grandmother. I think curvy women, I love watching curvy women showing off their silhouettes. But I understand some women don't want to be sexualized, especially, you know, nowadays, with this hourglass body shape. So they might opt for more relaxed and more masculine style instead, as they don't want to draw attention to themselves. But more importantly, you need to be happy with what you're wearing rather than fit into the norm of what you should look like. So for hourglass shape, I think the wider neckline will enhance upper body, but I also think it's very attractive for women to, with such curvy shape, to be all covered up as well. I'm sure most of you remember Marilyn Monroe when she wore like a black turtleneck and just jeans. Very simple, but it's so effective. I almost feel like sometimes when it comes to being sexy, if you can cover yourself and you can show sexiness, I think it works even better than you trying to show too much skin. So for hourglass shape, high-waisted and high-rise, tight-fitted bottom works very well. Accentuate the middle section, but also you can wear wider leg or loose pants to match with less fussy tops, with a highlight around the waist by adding like a thick belt. Dresses, almost a lot of dresses will fit this type of hourglass shape. You know, pencil skirt with like a slightly shorter top. Catherine Zeta-Jones here, like a tight pants. She's going for a rock and roll image here. V-neck works very well, you know, to show a bit of, you know, skin here. But she matched it with a leather jacket just to toughen up the look, and it's great. So I would say tops, you know, all the wraparound tops, V-neck, halter neck, plum, you know, to show a bit of accentuate on the waist, works very well. But if you don't want to be sexy, you can even try to go more masculine side, which is, you know, you can try an oversized shirt, but to tuck in with jeans, you know, you can wear like straight leg wider jeans, but tuck it in. You add a thick belt, a colorful belt, so that to give the outfit a little bit more fun element. So bottom, I would suggest, you know, like flared, works very well with hourglass shape, high-waisted, you can rebalance your curve. Wide legs also works very well. It gives a very long, elegant, elongated visual. With this body shape, you just have fun, and jumpsuits actually, surprisingly, works very well with hourglass, because it can define the shape a little bit more. Usually with jumpsuits, sometimes you can have like wider middle section of a jumpsuit, but you can always put a belt in to cinch it. So don't be afraid to try jumpsuit for hourglass body. Anyone has a hourglass body here? Any questions?
Can I ask a question, Grace?
Sure.
Grace, does your body shape, is it to do with your frame? Like once you're a particular body shape, as you gain weight or have some health issues maybe that change, does your body shape actually change? Or once you're a particular shape, are you always that shape? Or is it to do with your frame or kind of fat or deposition of other stuff on your body?
Yeah, as we get older, like I think our body fat counts change a lot. I mean, yes, I'm a rectangle, but I could also pass maybe as an apple now, you know, because I have a lot more, you know, area that I've gained weight around my waist and my middle section. So I don't think we can say, oh, we're only this shape forever, because, oh my gosh, you know, everything changed. My mom is an hourglass, but my mom is also a pear now, because, you know, my mom's 84. And so I think it's not as if like, I think some women will go through, you know, stages of being very fit to not. I mean, I know women that are very fit and worked out all their lives, you know, but then when they get to a certain age, they can't exercise anymore because of, you know, osteoporosis or whatever reason. So a lot to do with health reason as well. I think, yes, we have a basic frame, but because the fat count is so, it increases as we get older. So our body shape changes intertwine with each other.
And could I just ask one other thing about wearing a belt when you've got a thicker middle?
Yes.
So if you still have a waist, but underneath that is like a, I think you said a Michelin tire or whatever.
Yeah,
Do you
that's me.
want something flat across there? Or, so I feel like if I wear something puffier and then a waist, it all feels a bit like a Dolly Varden kind of a.
Yeah, so I guess with, let's say for a belt, you know, if sometimes you don't have to tighten it so much. It's not like you have to tighten it in order to like show like a tiny waist. And also sometimes when you wear a belt, you know, if your middle part has a lot of extra fat, if you wear a belt, it shows even more. So I think sometimes a belt, even like a thinner belt, could help to break up the visual of your body shape. So it's not so much for some people, like let's say if you wear, so let's say this one, she has a very voluptuous, curvy body. So if she wear a belt here, you know, it will help her to enhance it, right? But I think if you don't want to wear a belt, I think a high waist bottom really helps with opening up the middle section. So it will also help to like, you know, flatten a little bit with the body weight around the middle as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So next, colors. So what do we think about colors? Do any of you dislike colors, or you don't wear colors, or you prefer just to go like darker colors, black only, or gray, or is anyone afraid of colors here?
I love colour.
Yes.
Me
so
too.
I'm a huge fan of colors, only because it really helps me to brighten my mood.
Yeah.
So I've been doing this for a long time, and I do a lot of personal shopping and styling and wardrobe editing sessions. So I go to people's home, you know, or I do online, and some women, not all, they are very afraid of using colors because they're not used to it. So I've been wearing red lipsticks for, I don't know, maybe 20 years or more. At the beginning, when I first tried using red lipstick, I just didn't feel comfortable at all. And I felt that everyone's looking at me, and it was very uncomfortable. But now, if I don't wear it, I feel like I look quite ill. So I think it's you have to train your mind, train your eye to push yourself. I push myself every day. Even though I'm a stylist, I know what looks good on me. I always say to myself, what can I do to this outfit to enhance it? What would the old Grace Lamb do versus the new Grace Lamb? So I think that's how I style challenge myself every day. So colors is a great way to boost your mood. And I think during this whole perimenopause journey, it really helped me to change my mood every day by just wearing, I mean, today I'm wearing something very colorful and very fun. You know, I match it with like, you know, colorful jewelry. It just makes me happy, bottom line is. Because unless you try something new, you just don't know. So I bought my first pink shirt a few weeks ago in a charity sale. I'm not a huge fan of pink because I feel like I'm not a very girly person. Nothing wrong with being girly, but I'm just not that type of person. But I thought, you know what, Grace, it's about time that you have a pink shirt. Style challenge yourself. So I bought this massive oversized men's pink shirt, and I wore it the other day, and loads of people complimented it because how I styled it. And I styled it in a very masculine way because I feel that, you know, with pink, it's too girly. That's so not me. I'm going to style it a very masculine way by wearing my husband's gray jumper. You know, he has a very preppy gray jumper, which I knit all the time. And he gets annoyed when he sees me wearing all his clothes. I'm like, you should be honored that a Vogue editor wants you to wear your clothes. So color it allows you to express your personality, right? Without words, which is very powerful. If you're not brave enough to try color blocking or bright colors yet, I would highly recommend for you to try monochrome color palette first. So what does that mean? So Catherine Zeta-Jones here, she has a very earth tone outfits there. So it's also a type of monochrome color palette. So everything is very earth tone, from lighter brown, you know, to like a darker, that looks like a velvet jacket, to a slightly more earthy tone. I mean, she looks great. And with her hair color as well, it just, even though it's all kind of one color, but with different shades, it is so stunning, stylish, chic. So I would suggest, if you're not too, you know, if you don't want to try too bright colors, definitely try the monochrome method. So you can, it could be like, you know, from black to gray, from pink to white, or something like in the same family. So we all know that when we look good, we feel good, right? You know, whether we're going out for an, you know, going to work, or going out for a date night with our partners, you know, when you receive compliment, it boosts your confidence so that you can try more things later. I mean, at our age, I don't think we need external validation, because we've passed that stage. We're not in our teens or 20s anymore. But it can also spark conversation with people about fashion, about yourself. And, you know, you can make new friends through there. And once you've done it so often, and then once you get the formula of dressing well, you can even start your own class, you know, why not? So I think it's very inspiring to try new things all the time. And with fashion, you can definitely try from that angle. And I'm a huge fan of accessories. I think accessories can enhance a boring outfit for sure. So if I was wearing all black today, if I have really fun, loud, signature, bold earrings with, you know, like chain or like necklaces, bracelets, rings. I mean, I've got so many here. I love overstacking, overdoing everything, because sometimes, some days I'm like, oh, I want to wear that necklace, but I also want to wear my earrings. Why do I have to choose either? I'm going to wear all, you know? So try different things. You know, you don't have to follow any rules about, oh, you can only wear one necklaces, stack them, try things. I have loads of different types of jewelry.
5 minutes, Grace.
Okay. So don't be afraid to, like, you know, get chunky stuff, you know. So definitely experiment with accessories. That's an easier way to get into be brave and challenge yourself. So capsule collection, I'm going to run through this really quickly. These are the basic items that you need to build your own wardrobe. They're probably very long-lasting stuff. I'm a big fan of clothes swaps with your friends, you know, have an option of buying pre-loved stuff, you know. I mean, we all want new things sometimes. Just think before you buy, because our planet is on fire. And these are some of the inspirational women that I follow or I like. And I want to bring attention to this app, which is called Good On You app. So this app will enable you to type in any labels, and it will tell you how ethical that the brand is, whether it's, are they greenwashing, are they really using you know, fair trade. So it's a very useful brand. So these are the women that I would love for you to tap into. They're just fun, inspirational, and they're all about 50. So I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts with you. I hope it was helpful. You know, check my Instagram out, Grace Lam Style. I share a lot of outfits, how to style an outfit, and also a lot of topics on perimenopause and menopause. And if you need any kind of like styling, I do face-to-face in WA, and also online styling for anyone who doesn't live in WA or outside, or London or Paris or wherever. And my husband and I, we as a team here, that's David Beckham, that's not my husband. So this is my husband, Jason. So we do a lot of portrait for corporate company and also personal family, where he take pictures and I do the styling. And it's very important for portraits to be well thought out and wear the right clothes for portrait. So yeah, get in touch with me. So I'll leave the last 5 minutes for an open floor questions.
Fantastic, Grace. Can you stop the share so we can see everybody? And we can, if you don't mind, we'll share the slides with the women, if that's okay, or maybe just
Yep,
the last
sure.
one, so they can still get your information.
Yep. So, oh, how do I stop that?
I can do it. You know what? I'll do it my end. No
Yes.
problem. Done.
Yes.
Fantastic. That's great. Thank you so much, Grace. That was fantastic. I've worked in fashion and I still got a lot out of that. I love the stuff around the body shapes and I love the idea of a style challenge. And I think my style challenge is that capsule wardrobe. I never quite feel like I've got the things I need when I need them. And I've got a fashion background, so it's a really good thing to remember. So
yeah, with capsule wardrobe, it's important to know what you have already and what's missing, and then you go from there.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, who would like to share? Shall we go to you first, Cheryl? We've got two Cheryls. So one of our Cheryls. Yeah, go for it, Cheryl.
There we go. I went and grabbed a dress,
Great.
which I really love. It's got shoestring straps, but it's got all that fringe, so it's like a 20s or 30s look.
Yeah.
And I don't like my upper chest. So I'm curious for some thoughts in terms of maybe what I could wear, challenge,
Yeah.
could put with this so I could still wear it. I have a navy blue sheer top because I was watching your photos that you had with some of the women who had a sheer or a printed top underneath and were still wearing things. So that's something that came to my mind, but I'm curious to know. It's a variegated colour all the way down the fringe. It's knee length. And it just reminds me of the 20s, 30s era. And I refuse to let the dress go. I want to
don't. It's a lovely dress. For me, I think if you want to, so you don't like to show too much of your upper body skin.
I'm very fair and I get very red, and it's the redness that I don't like. And it's a piece of me that I still have to learn to love.
Yes. So why not try, maybe if you want to go a little bit darker, also there's two options. So one option is a bit more subtle. So you can wear like a black shirt, like a darker color shirt underneath, and you open up the button so you can see a bit of skin. So it's not so like tight and like stiff. So roll the sleeves up so you can show a little bit more arms. So it doesn't look too heavy on the top. So wear a shirt underneath. So that's one option. Or why don't you try a color shirt? Buy a pink shirt like I did, and then try something a bit of color just to brighten up the look, because I can see that the dress has like tassels, right?
Yes, it's a fringe.
It's so fun.
Yeah, it's a fringe all the way. It's layers of fringe.
So
you can afford
to try something more colorful on the top if you're going to wear a shirt.
Okay.
But make sure you open up a few more buttons.
Sure.
It's not so like, stiff.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you want to go really casual, if you say, you just want to go down the shop supermarket, but you want to look fabulous, wear like a t-shirt, like a longer sleeve t-shirt and roll it up, or even like a shorter sleeve, but, bring some color in.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else? So what was the part that you wish that we have more time to talk about?
Capsule.
Sorry?
The capsule.
Yeah, so the capsule. What would you like to know?
I couldn't get it. I'll have a look on there when you send things through. Like
So capsule collections for me. I have all my basic stuff are like a pair of loafers, trainers. I love socks, so I have so many color socks, which they're all from like Japan, because socks really enhance the look. So I would highly recommend you to try socks. Socks has no age limit. So things are like leather jacket or blazer, white shirt, t-shirts. I have loads of colorful t-shirts. So let's say if you have a very normal outfit, a very casual day, if you put a bright color top on, throw a denim jacket or leather jacket or blazer, you're good to go. You know, accessorize. I mean, I'm a huge fan of accessories. And also I'm a huge fan of glasses, specs. So sometimes with very unique, like thicker frame, it gives you straight away a more modern look versus something a bit more, you know, like generic, you know, like something very old fashioned. So I like to spend money on glasses. So this is like a double frame. I don't know if you can see it. It makes a huge difference with your face, you know, with an outfit, if you have like very chunky kind of like specs. And in my capsule collection, also like white shirts, but I now also have a pink shirt, and I also bought another stripy men's shirt. I'm not afraid to wear oversized clothes because I quite like that kind of like silhouette on me as well. But when I wear oversized things, I make sure my bottom is bare legs because I'm 5'5". So let's say the oversized shirt comes down just below my around my calf area. So if I wear anything underneath at the bottom, it will drown me. So I tend not to wear anything underneath, and then just wear like trainers just to make it a bit more sporty. What else in my capsule collection? Yeah, like shoes. I really like loafers. That really helps to I always wear it with socks just to give it a bit more fun element. Even if I wear something all black on top, bright color like red socks with my loafers, yeah, then I'm done. Yeah. So when I do school runs, most of the moms are in like tracksuit bottoms or whatever, which is nothing wrong with it. But I like to go in more fun. I'm a fun mom.
So with the capsule collection, I just wondered if you could explain to us what is the value, the essence of the capsule collection? Because my understanding is we've got some key pieces that we can actually wear back with each other. So the wardrobe actually is very functional in quite a
Yes.
few different ways. I just wondered what your description of it would be.
Yeah, and long lasting. You know, capsule
Yes.
collection should last you for a long time, you know. So these are the items that you can interchange with each other. So maybe like one item you can wear in 5 different ways. So, you know, like a vest top is quite important as well, just to go underneath like clothes, or if you wear like a shirt, don't be afraid to put like a vest top underneath. The vest top could be colors. I mean, I have loads of different colors of vest, a very simple vest, but I have all kind of rainbow colors. So capsule collection is you're supposed to have these items for a long time, and what you're missing could be something that will enhance what you already have.
And then once you've got a great capsule collection, you can buy a couple of key fashion pieces per season if you felt like it, but not feeling like you have to buy a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Australia is the second biggest fashion pollution country in the world. First is the US, and then is us. So I think as much as people love buying new things, I think it's important to really think of what we need before we buy. And maybe, you know, instead of buying a new item every month, try buy, you know, every 6 months instead. You know, I think whatever helps. Sorry, I'm just going to put my running out of battery, sorry. So yeah, so you know, be more mindful of what we put out in the world, because the planet's on fire.
Thank you. So we've probably got time for one more question or comment. Who would like to add anything? Is that you, Francesca? Susan, you're still unmuted. Is that just from before? Yeah, okay. So why don't we go to you, Francesca? Francesca's very stylish. She's definitely
But I can tell.
of style.
I lost.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there I am.
Yeah.
No, I was just saying that I enjoyed. I learned a lot, really, because I'm a pear shape and I'm very short and I have a huge behind. But I call that my asset, so I really show it off.
100%.
No, it was good. Thank you, Faith, for including me in this. You know, I'm a late person, so I didn't get up until 11, so I'm still trying to have my breakfast. But no, it was great, and I think you're right. We should be proud of our shapes, who we are, and not worry about trying to please other people, but to be happy within ourselves. And I'm I'm pretty good at that. Everything you said and did today, I follow. I love color. I wear a lot of black because it makes me look slim. I love white, but I will definitely throw in color. I love jewelry. I love high heels. You know, I'm 83 and I'm still wearing high heels.
Yay.
So, but because I thought I should have been tall. I said in another life, I'm sure I was 6 feet tall or something. But anyway, it was good. Thank you so much. I haven't
Oh,
been to
thank you.
Perth. I've never been to Perth. I heard Perth is the place to come. That's where all the men are.
Wow. If I find them, I'll send them over.
Oh well, I don't know. My hands are full already, but you know.
It sounds like you're killing it.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
love it.
honey, I'm living the moment. That's for sure.
Yeah. You're a great example.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Francesca's been a speaker at Silver Sirens a number of times, and she's definitely one of our cherished elders. And she's also written a book called The Chocolate Bunny. She was the first African-American
Mhm.
thingy bunny.
Playboy bunny.
Playboy, yeah, first African-American
pop.
Playboy bunny. So she's a pedigree.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all got a very unique story, right? So
We do.
the more we chat, the more we exchange, the better.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank
Yeah.
you all. So any last words for us? You know, if there was one thing that we could all do to improve our wardrobe or our fashion sense or sense of fashion, what was that one thing would that be?
Be yourself, be brave.
Yeah.
You know, challenge yourself every day. Like, what can I do? So, you know, like, I want you to all go away. If you're going to go out or even going to be at home, you're going to go, you know what? I'm going to challenge myself today. What would the new me do rather than the old me? The
Oh,
old me
darling,
is
I'm
done.
afraid to do that.
I don't think you need encouragement.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
That's
so
beautiful.
for those who you know, very reserved with trying new things, go and do it. Be brave.